Min has now arrived in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, marking the beginning of Fighters Pass Volume 2. To celebrate, we'll be sharing our thoughts on the characters from the first round of DLC in this special edition of Game Bytes. I'm your host for today, L8RG8R2U, and in today's episode of Game Bytes Mini, we'll be going over the pros and cons of every character in Fighter Pass 1. Before we get started, I'd like to make it clear that we are only going over DLC characters in this review. This will not be a review for the entire game, nor will we be going over any additional modes that are added later, such as the Stage Builder or Labo VR. Our first character, Piranha Plant. I know this technically shouldn't count considering Piranha Plant isn't part of the Fighter Pass, but I felt like discussing this character anyway since it's still technically a DLC. Pro number 1, how unexpected it is. Prior to the release of Ultimate, it was widely believed that for somebody to appear as a playable character in Smash, they had to be a main character. While there were definitely some oddball ones before this, such as Mr. Game & Watch or Duck Hunt, I don't think anybody could have seen this one coming. Pro number 2, Piranha Plant is just funny. Seeing a common enemy from the Mario series being able to stand its ground against the likes of Bowser or King K. Rool is just all kinds of hilarious. And it also helps that Piranha Plant is just all around a really fun character to play as. For a heavyweight character, its mobility is strangely quick. Other things such as the insane range on its down special or creating a smoke screen with a purple cloud of poison, doom, and destruction and death, it makes the Piranha Plant a very unique, fun character. However, con number 1, it's still a Piranha Plant. While it was a nice surprise to see a common enemy become playable in Smash, it also is the only one like it. Why can't we play as a Bokoblin from Zelda or a Waddle Dee from Kirby? And it's also unfortunate that as of now, this is the only unique newcomer from the Mario series in Ultimate. Yes, Daisy is in the game, but she's an Echo Fighter or Peach. And Daisy's still awesome, so I'm not saying anything negative against her. It's very possible we'll still get another unique Mario character down the line, such as Captain Toad or Pauline. But as of right now, it's just odd that the only non-Echo Mario newcomer is a Piranha Plant. Con number 2, it's not in the Fighter Pass. Piranha Plant is currently the only standalone DLC character in Ultimate, meaning it's not part of any character bundles like the 2 Fighter Passes. It's $4.99 to get Piranha Plant, which is $1 less than somebody like Joker or Byleth. But keep in mind that you only get Piranha Plant. No new stages or music is added alongside the character. While the Piranha Plant does have a Palutena's guidance, something none of the other DLC characters have, it's still a weird price considering you can get another stage and more music for $1 more with literally any other character. It's worth mentioning that Piranha Plant was free for those who registered the game with My Nintendo close to launch, although nothing like that is available nowadays. Overall, Piranha Plant is a very fun and unique character, but they're only $1 cheaper than the other fighters, all of which come with new stages and music. For that reason, we're giving Piranha Plant a 3 out of 5. Looking cool, Joker! I'll say this right off the bat, Joker is my favorite character in Fighters Pass of Volume 1. It was such a nice surprise seeing Persona make it into Smash, and starting the Fighter Pass with such an unexpected character really set the stage for the rest of the DLC. We never saw it coming. Pro number 1, Joker is awesome. Joker's playstyle is really cool. At the beginning of the match, Joker is more focused on dealing small bits of damage quickly as he builds up his rebellious spirit, which when full, will allow him to summon his persona Arsene. While Arsene is around, Joker's attacks become more powerful, and this is the time to go for the KO. Arsene changes a lot of Joker's moves outside of just making him stronger. Joker's down special builds up his rebellious spirit faster when he takes damage, but becomes a counter and a reflector with Arsene. Joker's up special also has the highest jump with Arsene, although this becomes a tether recovery without the persona. And Joker's final smash is just all kinds of awesome. Pro number 2, Mementos. Alongside Joker, you'll also get the Mementos stage and some music from Persona 3, 4, and 5. The colors of the stage will change depending on the music, red for Persona 5, yellow for Persona 4, and blue for Persona 3 respectively. As somebody who rarely plays on stages without an Omega form, the regular version of Mementos is one of my personal favorite stages in the game. The entire atmosphere of the stage just screams with Persona goodness. The trains that speed on by and the walls that miraculously appear can also create some truly chaotic moments, and the cast of Persona 5 will also occasionally appear in the background to cheer you on. And the music. Oh, that sweet, sweet Persona music. This was one of the biggest reasons I was so interested in the series for such a long time, and it does not disappoint here. You've got the expected ones such as Last Surprise, Beneath the Mask, and Aria of the Soul, Although, after playing Persona 4 Golden lately, I'm admittedly a little sad they didn't include FX or Heartbreak. But the ones they were included are certainly welcome in Smash's already massive soundtrack. Joker is an amazing inclusion in Smash that we never saw coming. In the words of Morgana, Smash is looking cool, eh, Joker? Joker gets a perfect 5 out of 5. Moving from my favorite character to my least favorite, we're now going to discuss the Dragon Quest hero. And I apologize in advance to any Dragon Quest fans out there. Pro number 1, the Legacy. The Dragon Quest series, while it always had troubled history internationally, it's huge in Japan. So after Cloud opened the gates for Square Enix characters in Smash, it's really not surprising that Dragon Quest would be included after Final Fantasy. And besides, Sakurai himself has said plenty of times that a series doesn't need worldwide recognition to be included in Smash. Pro number 2, Yggdrasil's Altar. This stage is absolutely gorgeous. We've seen plenty of stages where you travel across a massive world on a floating platform, such as Skyloft or Delfino Plaza, but the amount of details in this world is just really mind-blowing. However, con number 1, this feels like marketing. This will probably trigger a lot of Dragon Quest fans by saying this, but I need to be honest. Of all the DLC characters in Fighter Pass, Hero feels like the one that was added mostly to promote another game. Because with Joker, Persona 5 was not on Nintendo Switch, and neither was a BanjoKazooie game. There are a couple Fatal Fury games available on the Switch, but nothing too recent or anything like that. And Fire Emblem Three Houses was already released for several months by the time Byleth was included in Smash. Hero was released close to when Dragon Quest XI-S was coming to Switch. I know marketing wasn't the only reason why Hero was included. I already said Dragon Quest is a massive RPG series in Japan, and the series truly does deserve to be in Smash. But the way they handled Hero in Smash honestly makes it feel like advertising for Dragon Quest XI-S, which was about to launch on Nintendo Switch around the time Hero was announced. Not only does the stage originate from that game, but the default skin for Hero is also the protagonist of Dragon Quest XI-S, rather than the more widely known Erdrick. Con number 2, Hero is just way too random. What sets Hero apart from the other characters is how random he is. This applies to his down special, which gives you a set of random abilities, or how smash attacks can have a random critical hit to make them even more powerful. But that's the problem, it's too random. You can either have amazing luck and basically become Shulk with the Smash and Speed Arts active, or use one of Hero's many instant KO moves. Yes, Hero has instant KO moves, and he has a lot of them. And not to mention that Hero also has objectively the worst move in the entire game, where he literally blows himself up with Kamikaze. I have no idea what we'd use that for. Overall, I consider Hero my least favorite DLC character in Smash. While he's not my least favorite newcomer in the game, that goes to Ken, Hero's randomness just doesn't make him very fun to play as. However, I've seen some really amazing things done with Hero from those willing to learn the character, and the Dragon Quest Hero Legacy being represented in Smash is a welcome addition, even if its focus on Dragon Quest XI-S can feel like marketing at times. So with all that in mind, I'm giving Hero a 3.5 out of 5. On a more positive note, Banjo and Kazooie are raring to go. Many thought that after Microsoft purchased Rare, Banjo-Kazooie could never appear in Smash. So it was a very welcome surprise when that Jiggy bounced across the screen during E3 2011. During E3 2019. Where'd I get 11 from? Pro number 1, it's Banjo-Kazooie. Need I say more? Okay, yes I do. Just look at this. Where else is it possible to have Mario, Sonic, Mega Man, Pac-Man, and Banjo-Kazooie on screen together? This is truly a rare sight to see. Banjo and Kazooie are a bit more simplistic than any other DLC characters, and there's nothing wrong with that. Not every single character needs to have some big, grand, epic gameplay gimmick to set them apart. With that said, some things worth mentioning is how powerful Banjo and Kazooie's recovery is, and how invincible they are with Wonder Wing. Pro number 2, Spiral Mountain. Many longtime Banjo-Kazooie fans agree that if the Bear and Bird made into Smash, that the stage had to be Spiral Mountain. And like the characters, the stage was well worth the wait. Not only is Spiral Mountain beautifully detailed in pretty HDness, but it's also really nice how much freedom you have with moving the camera in pause mode. And the music is also really nice, the Treasure Trove, a Cove theme being a personal favorite of mine. Banjo-Kazooie are a welcome addition to the Smash roster. Not just because of their history with Nintendo, but it's also just really amazing to see Nintendo and Microsoft working together for the fans. The only con I can think of would be the lack of original versions of the BanjoKazooie soundtrack, since most of the songs are remixed. But that's not a big enough con to bring down the score. So BanjoKazooie will be given a near perfect 4.5 out of 5. Hey, come on! I'll be completely honest. Terry's announcement was the one I was least excited for. Not that I don't like him or anything, it's just that I don't play a ton of fighting games. Heck, the only fighting game I've ever played besides Smash was SNK Hermes Tag Team Frenzy. However, Terry quickly became one of my favorites in the game. Pro number 1, Terry's moveset is awesome. My biggest concern about another fighting game character appearing in Smash was that it would be just a repeat of Ryu. He seemed really exciting in Smash 4, but I just couldn't get used to the command inputs. This is a big reason why I don't usually play fighting games. However, Terry's command inputs were easier for me to remember. You can use the traditional special buttons for Terry's specials, but you can also use more powerful versions using certain command inputs. And when Terry reaches a certain amount of damage, he'll be given super specials, Power Geyser and Buster Wolf, both of which are insanely satisfying to pull off. Also, I just like how when Terry uses Buster Wolf, he's like, "Are you okay? Buster Wolf!" Bro number 2, King of Fighters Stadium. Terry's stage is also a lot of fun. This is another one where I frequently play even without Omega Forms turned on. The sidewalls of the stage are also solid until a player reaches a certain amount of damage. Then the camera zooms in closely as they break through the walls. It's really satisfying when this happens. There's also plenty of cameos from SNK characters for longtime fans, although admittedly the only one I personally recognize is Athena. Something else that's really nice is that Terry comes with 50 songs from SNK's long history. Personally though, I pretty much only ever have the Psycho Soldier theme play whenever I'm playing on the King of Fighters Stadium. And con number 1, no Mai. Unfortunately, Mai doesn't make an appearance in any form in Smash. And there's no option to play as a female Terry from SNK Hermes Tag Team Frenzy, although the female Terry thing probably isn't that big of a deal. But but either way, it's still very unfortunate that Mai couldn't at least appear as a spirit. As somebody who usually avoids fighting games outside of Smash, Terry was a very pleasant surprise. What started off as an announcement I honestly didn't think twice about quickly became one of my favorite characters in the game, which is why I'm giving Terry a 4 out of 5. Last but not least, let's talk about Byleth. Pro number 1, Three Houses is awesome. Even though I understand the criticisms of having another Fire Emblem newcomer, I honestly don't care. Fire Emblem Three Houses is an amazing game that deserves to be in Smash, and they've really implemented this world incredibly well when introducing Byleth to the roster. Pro number 2, Byleth is a fun character. Of all the sword users in Smash, Byleth is easily one of my favorites. They use different weapons for each direction, so they're more than just another sword fighter, as so many people dismiss them as. The down attacks are particularly powerful, even more so than Falcon Punch. However, you will want to be careful since using these moves too much will leave you wide open for attacks. So even though Byleth has a lot of KO potential, they're not overpowered, which is definitely a good thing. Byleth's alternate costumes are also really great too. While I'm sure there's plenty who wish that an actual house leader was playable, you're given some alternate costumes that resemble Edelgard, Cloud, and Dimitri, and there's another one that resembles Soltis as well. By the way, I apologize if I'm mispronouncing any of these names. Pro number 3, Garagmok Monastery. Like Mementos in the King of Fighters Stadium, Garagmok Monastery is another stage I love playing even without Omega Forms. You'll travel all across landmarks across the monastery, such as the marketplace or the classrooms, all of which are packed with Fire Emblem Three Houses cameos. Sadly, not every student makes an appearance on the stage, but I'm just happy that Dorothea, Petra, and Edelgard all appear in one place together. I also can't forget the music. Three Houses is my personal favorite Fire Emblem soundtrack, not counting spin-offs or crossovers, so seeing most of my favorite songs appearing in Smash was a really nice treat. The only one missing that I wish was in the game was Spirit Dias, but its exclusion from the soundtrack isn't a deal breaker. Byleth is one of my favorite characters in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. They have a unique moveset that sets them apart from the other sword users, and Garagmok Monastery is one of my personal favorite stages in the game. So with that in mind, I'm happy to give Byleth a perfect 5 out of 5. For those of you who are just skipping to the end of the video to see what the final scores are, here's a quick summary. Piranha Plant gets a 3 out of 5, Joker gets a 5 out of 5, Hero gets a 3.5 out of 5, BanjoKazooie gets a 4.5 out of 5, Terry gets a 4 out of 5, and Byleth gets a 5 out of 5. In total, the Fighters Pass in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate gets a 25 out of 30. And that's all for today. If you'd like to see some more smashing goodness, we've covered nearly all of the Smash games on our Gaming Gallery series. I've been your host for today, L8RG8R2U, and on screen, assuming we don't forget to add an end screen, we'll have a link to my Breath of the Wild Let's Play. Thank you all for watching this very random episode of Game Bytes, and until next time, L8RG8R2U. Oh yeah. Also, a huge shout out to Peg Garman for agreeing to do this last minute.